Another workshop from Window Treatment Marketing Pros. My name is Will Hankey. Glad to have you here today. So this is a new workshop that we haven't done before because of all the changes with SEO and some of the things related to digital marketing. Everybody's talking about AI and it needs to be part of the conversation. So this month we're talking all about AEO and what that is, what it does, how it works, what you can do about it to make sure that your window treatment company is staying top of mind and getting the most leads and the most eyeballs as possible. So we're going to be covering that today on this workshop. A couple things that we'll talk about. As I mentioned, the shift from SEO or search engine optimization to AEO, which we'll talk a little bit more about in a minute here. How consumer search behavior is changing and evolving as as consumers we're getting exposed more to AI over and over again, and how that's actually shifting how we find things. The overall impact of AEO on local businesses. We'll talk a little bit about that. And then, of course, I want to make sure to share some strategies that you can use to optimize specifically for this new system. Real quick, a little bit about myself. My name is Will Hankey. My company is called Window Treatment Marketing Pros. I've been doing digital marketing for 28, almost 29 years now. And I speak around the country at expos, different events, specifically on digital marketing for window treatment and awning companies. I've also authored a couple books, which I'll show you how to get at the end. We've got Triple Your Window Treatment and Awning Leads. This one is I wrote about 2 years ago. And then we just released this one not very long ago called 10 Quick Wins, things that you can implement right away on your website, on your different digital properties to start to get more leads. So I'll show you how to get access to both of those books absolutely free. I'll drop them in the mail this week to you and be happy to do that. So we'll talk a little bit more about that today as well. So AEO stands for Answer Engine Optimization. And you most likely have already been exposed to this and maybe you didn't even realize it. But this is a big shift that Google and some of the other search engines are using. And even platforms like ChatGPT are actually starting to use some of this stuff as well. So why AEO matters. Number one, consumers are using voice, search, and AI assistants more and more every day. I've had the Alexa here in my office for several years now. I use it quite often. My wife uses it, obviously, but we use that very often. We've also got Hey Google on our cell phone to ask questions. People are becoming a lot more comfortable asking these assistants for help to find things, local things, different things that they're trying to go through or solve problems they're trying to solve. Consumers are getting a lot more used to using these types of things. Number two, and this is the one you probably have seen and didn't even realize, or maybe you did notice that it was something different, but Google is favoring featured snippets and zero-click searches. So what this is, there's always been a featured snippet for the last 3, 4, 5 years, I think. When you search for something and at the top, Google tries to answer the question without you having to click to a website, right? That was called the featured snippet. That has been replaced by the AI overview version of that, which you probably noticed. As you search for something, it's doing the little typing. It looks like it's typing out the answer for you live. So that's one huge thing. The other piece of that is the zero-click search. So as I mentioned, Google really wants to keep you on their platform as long as possible. So maybe you'll click on an ad or something like that, right? And help their revenue. So this featured snippet pops up and you don't have to click on anything. That's what's called the zero-click search. So there are ways for businesses to get into that area and become an answer. Now, the really cool thing, we'll talk a little bit more about this, but if you see this little link button, every time Google answers a question with the AI overview, there's always a link of where it got that information from, and that goes to whatever website. So in this case, we want that to be your website, right? Where you're answering those types of questions. Number three, businesses that answer questions effectively get more visibility and more leads. As I just showed you with that link, it is a fantastic way to get more traffic to your site, to help people understand different problems that they're trying to solve, and give them solutions that obviously work. So get the content built in a way that really helps people solve whatever it is they're doing. So how search behavior is changing. In the past, people may have searched for window blinds near me, window treatments near me, those types of searches. And not to say that they don't. A lot of people still do that. And near me related searches are still very popular. But with AI being part of it, you can now start to have more of a conversation with Google or Alexa or whoever it is that you're using to do those types of searches. So now people are saying, what's the best window treatment for privacy? What's the best window treatment for somebody who works third shift, right? These different types of questions that people can now ask, and these featured snippets and voice search results are replacing traditional rankings. So yeah, you still want to be high in organic rankings because people are still clicking on websites using the SEO side of things. But boy, if you can get into that top result, that featured snippet area with these more specific questions, you're going to see more targeted traffic to your website because you're answering these very specific questions. So what is the difference between AEO, SEO? We've talked a little bit about this already. SEO really focuses specifically on ranking you in Google by using keywords. I mean, there are a lot of other factors involved in this, but at the end of the day, you're trying to rank a specific page on your website for some specific keyword or key phrase, some sort of term, right? It was almost a one-to-one relationship. You're trying to get it to rank when somebody searches for this thing, right? Obviously, it's optimized specifically for search engines. So Google being the number one, but also optimizing for Bing, Yahoo, some of the other ones that are out there. Now with AEO or answer engine optimization, they're more focused on delivering those instant and accurate answers. So not so much focusing on where you're ranking in the search engines, but the fact that you're at the top when somebody does a search for something. This is optimized obviously for AI-driven responses and user intent. So we talked about that search earlier for window blinds near me. That is a search intent related to purchase, most likely, right? It could be research, but more likely that intent is purchase related. They're wanting to set an appointment and learn more from somebody that's an expert in that thing. So the impact for businesses when it comes to AEO, obviously owning that position 0 is huge, right? That's going to drive more traffic to you. It's going to answer more questions for people that are out there searching for you and just get you more exposure for your website. Obviously, you can get leads instantly because of that 0 thing. If they click on that, if you built your website right, and we've talked about this in other workshops, getting that appointment a lot faster. And then, of course, you become the trusted local expert. So these 0 answer things that AI pops up, they're different depending on where you're at, right? If you're typing in window treatments near me in Memphis, they're going to give you results related to that area, right? So if you're building content specifically for that, you can get into that locally, which is pretty sweet. So that's a big thing. Now, when it comes to some strategies, there's a couple things you can do that will really help start to move your digital marketing presence into a way where you can get more exposure for these types of things. So obviously optimize for the featured snippets. This means you need to create content on your site that is more specific, right? It's not just generic trying to rank for window treatments in Memphis or window treatments near me or that kind of stuff, right? So building content that is much more specific. How much do motorized blinds cost? One way you can do that is by creating an FAQ section on your site. On your motorized blinds page, for instance, maybe at the bottom of the page, you have 4 or 5 or 6 different things that say, here's what other people typically ask when they're looking at motorized blinds. And you lay out all those different things that they ask. Of course, there's going to be keywords in there and stuff that make the most sense for the SEO side of things, but also the AI bots are watching this. If they have a question that matches what somebody's typing into Google, they may use your snippet from that page in that featured snippet area, right? So a great way to do this is on your product pages, build a short FAQ section where it lists maybe 5 or 6 questions that people typically ask. You know what those questions are because people are asking those questions to you quite often. Another thing you can do is go to answerthepublic.com and put in something like motorized blinds, and it will actually give you a list of things that what people are actually asking related to that keyword or key phrase. So that is a great tip to go use answerthepublic.com and get other ideas, other things that people are asking. You can also do the same thing with Google. This first one here, what are the benefits of motorized blinds? If you type that into Google, go to the bottom. A lot of times they'll have that same thing people also searched for and other different keywords or key phrases that people searched for. A great way to get ideas for FAQ content for your website. Now, don't forget about local search, local SEO for voice search. A lot of people are searching on their phones for different things as well. We're sitting in front of this screen a lot more often and using it for a lot more things. So make sure that you're enhancing for things that people would actually say when they're searching instead of typing. We do type different things than when we're saying something as a search. They are a little different. So consider that as well when you're doing search or when you're doing some content building. A little bit nerdy on this one, but structured data markup is something we do for our clients. And basically the search engines, Google, Bing, Yahoo, all the big ones got together and said, let's build kind of a structure that we can understand what every page on the website on the internet is about, right? There could be a structured markup for a menu at a restaurant, right? So that every search engine knows what that menu is, right? That's a great example. We can do the same thing in our industry with product pages, with blog pages, with city related pages. We can use specific markup for those different channels. As I said, gets a little nerdy, but if you want to learn more about structured data markup, a great place to start would be schema.org. That's schema.org. Great place to kind of get an overview of what it is, and then it can actually help you build your own structured data markup. This is code that ends up going into that website behind the scenes. Humans won't see it, but the search engines will certainly see it. They will learn more about what this page is about and might help you rank a little higher as well. So definitely use that. Don't forget about AI. Don't forget about chatbots. I think these things are getting a lot more common where you can ask questions to a chatbot. There's a great book out that I just read called AI-Driven Leadership or AI-Driven Leaders by Jeff Woods. Absolutely fantastic book. Explains AI at a top level and then how you can use it for your business to enhance your business. Fantastic book. But make sure that you're using some of these things on your website as well. So here's an example of our lead boomerang chat widget. You can actually go there and type in questions, type in different things right on the website and get answers straight from the wiki that we've built, all the different resources that are out there. Very cool way to really help people who are on your site and especially if they're younger, and they're more apt to have a conversation with a website, these chat widgets are a fantastic way to really get people to answer their question while they're asking it, and provide solutions for them, and obviously usher them over to set an appointment as well. So let's talk about the future of search and AEO. Definitely want to talk about what's going on here. So, as I said, more searches are going to be conducted via voice assistants. We are getting more comfortable asking our phone for different information beyond just directions or restaurant hours, right? We're getting a lot more comfortable with doing these more specific searches. AI will play a greater role determining search results. So one big shift is that zero click, or that featured snippet area, where you can actually get shown up in there no matter what your SEO is, as long as your SEO, obviously you're doing things related to that, but getting into that top area can really help. Chat GPT also uses search to answer questions now. So you can ask it a question, it will go research that and bring that answer back to you. So that's becoming a lot bigger area for different things as well. And then businesses that adapt early are going to dominate, right? The sooner that you can start working on this, the better off you are, because it is moving pretty quickly, and just starting to implement some of these things is really going to help your business grow. So as an overview, I want to just go through what we talked about today. Obviously, the shift from SEO to answer engine optimization, or AEO, has been very big, and it's only happened in the last 6-8 months or so, and really kind of changing the landscape of search results and how people are communicating with businesses. How consumer search behavior is evolving. We just talked about that. Why AEO is crucial to help you build more leads and get more visibility through your website. And then a couple strategies related to optimizing your business. So let's get into some questions here. I guess my question thing is next. There we go. All right. If you have a question, no matter where you're watching, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Facebook, any of the different platforms, if you have a question, put that into the chat for this particular video, and we'll see that if it's live, obviously. So let's see what we got here. Are there any other search engines we should put on our radar other than Google? Yes, the number 2 search engine in the US is actually YouTube, and it happens to be owned by Google. So you definitely want to have them on your radar. It requires a different type of content, obviously, and different kind of effort to get on there, but absolutely people are searching on YouTube quite often. Google's the big one, right? If you can make Google happy, the others will comply, I guess you could say. If there was a number 3, I would say it's probably Bing. And the one thing that's interesting about Bing is it typically has an older audience on it. So for our industry, I would say for the most part, our clients target a little older crowd because they have money and time to enhance their homes. Don't forget about Bing. I wouldn't go to the point of optimizing specifically for Bing. I would optimize for Google, and then make sure that everything on the Bing platform is set up correctly, so that they're showing your results over there. And then from an ad standpoint, don't forget to run ads over there as well, because it tends to be an older crowd. Biggest reason that I've seen for it being an older crowd is when you buy a PC with Windows on it, it has Microsoft Edge, which is their new Internet Explorer browser already installed. And a lot of people don't change over to Chrome. They don't change over to the Google platforms. They just leave it as it is. So definitely don't forget about that. What are the AI tools that can help me with AEO and how can I use them properly. So ChatGPT is a great place to start. There's a free version. You can also pay for the optimized, a little bit better version of it. I think it's $20 a month for ChatGPT. As I mentioned that book earlier, AI Driven Leader, I would definitely recommend grabbing that book and understanding, how it all works together. And of course, there's some stuff in there about leadership with your business as well. But getting in there, using that tool, and starting to teach ChatGPT everything about your business. And then when you come up against a situation, you can put that in there and say, hey, I really having a hard time ranking for motorized blinds, right? And I need to optimize my content. Here's the content I have on my website now. Help me make this better. That would be an easy, super way to do this. You could even continue that conversation. I'm getting asked these 3 or 4 questions related to motorized blinds. Can you help me add this to this content as well? Give it the questions, and it will go search and find those answers. And then, of course, once it creates that content, it's very important that you copy paste that into like a Google Doc or something, and then go through it, because Google is going to penalize 100% AI built content, right? AI is a fantastic tool to get the stuff built, get it started, but we need to make sure that we're doing the human editing piece of this, going through it, obviously checking it for truthfulness, for consistency, those types of things. So make sure you're going through and editing it and making it your own flavor, however you specifically talk when you're posting something. Obviously, that's a big piece of this as well. So ChatGPT is a great tool. There's also a tool called Jasper that you can check out. That one's pretty popular. Trying to think if there's any other ones I use. I really just use ChatGPT on the side of asking it for content, asking it for ideas. There's a lot of other ones out there. We'll link them below. We'll link 3 or 4 different tools into our workshop page for anybody that wants those as well. So, all right. I don't see any other questions here. So let's see. I wanted to talk about next month's workshop. It is the 5 steps to digital domination. Now, I've done this one in the past, but because of all the changes with SEO and AEO, this one is obviously going to be changed as well. So make sure to go sign up for this one. That will be Wednesday, May 21st. At the same time, we'll make sure to do that. This is going to be a big one. And of course, it's going to be somewhat related to the book, 10 Quick Wins. There'll be a lot of things in there that you can do really quickly to really start to optimize your business a little bit more. So if you do want these 2 books, I've actually stopped ordering the Triple Your Window Treatment book. It's about 2 years old now because of the new 10 Quick Wins. So I still have a box of these left. So I'm sending them out free while I have them. So if you go to wtmarketingpros.com/book, I'll send you both books until I run out. And then everybody else just gets the 10 Quick Wins. But I'd love to get these into your hands right away. There's a QR code there. You can just snap that. Get me your mailing address, and I'll get one in the mail this week. It won't be today because I saw them go by a little while ago, but it will be out into the mail this week if you want that. Love to get that into your hands. If you're watching on YouTube, or if you're not watching on YouTube, make sure to go visit us. You can just go to YouTube/ and then that at WT Marketing Pros. That'll take you straight to our channel. We have over 1,000 videos out there about building your business, optimizing your content, all kinds of stuff out there. Some fantastic interviews related to our podcasts, a whole bunch of stuff out there. So make sure to go to YouTube and subscribe. That's where you're going to see all the new content, everything related to our business, everything related to digital marketing and window treatments and awnings. We just rolled out a new update on Lead Boomerang that is really cool, where you can click a link and get the GPS to your next location, your next appointment. So that video is coming out later today or tomorrow, probably. Always putting out new content there. So make sure to go there and subscribe so you know every time we get something new. Here's a couple other places you can find more information about us. Thank you so much for jumping on today's workshop. Don't forget about next month's workshop. We're going to be talking all about those steps to digital domination that you can do to really boost your business overall. If you want to chat, would love to have a chat with you about your business, how we can help you really elevate it, get more leads, get more phone calls, and get more eyeballs on your content. 314-470-1180 is the number. You can obviously go to the website, set up in a discovery call at a time that's convenient for you. But thank you so much for jumping on today. Hope you have a great rest of